In this video, I'll be introducing you to SkyWire Studio's new panel planner. To get started, we will click into File and select an image. You can upload images from your computer to serve as the background or your starting point. Select your panel image you'd like to start with, and go ahead and click Replace to get this selected as your base background. You can hold Control and use your scroll wheel to zoom in and scroll around, or you can select the Move button and click and drag and zoom. Reset your view. Typically, before you start adding avionics to your image, what you'll want to do is correct the image. In this case, we probably want to rotate it to make it level. To help us out, we can add what's called a Smart Guide over here, which will show up in the Smart Guides layer. You can adjust the opacity, the visibility, and even lock it for movement. Set a level point there across the panel that we can use to aid our rotation. And we'll go ahead and shut off the Smart Guide for now. You can save your new design, give it a name, and save. Now, what we should do is calibrate this image. The best way is to pick an instrument hole that you know the standard size of. Use the ruler tool and click to each side, setting the diameter of that cutout. You set how many inches that corresponds to and calibrate, and you get your pixels per inch value. We can start adding avionics. We'll go ahead and add the attitude indicator. Drag and drop from the preview, and you'll see it scales perfectly without any resizing. Just your opacity as you're working. For now, let's turn off our instruments layer. Let's go ahead and create an overlay for this inner panel here. We'll select our pin, select a color. We will start drawing from here. And just like Photoshop, if you are familiar with any Photoshop tools, you can also curve the line by clicking and holding to define the curve. If you hold Shift, you will be locked into 45-degree increments. If you make a mistake, you can click the Delete button and keep deleting. You can also set your overlays visibility of the individual layers or the full layer. Let's go ahead and rename this as our outer panel overlay. Now we can do the inner overlay. So what we'd probably want to do is move this down so it's visible underneath it. You can also turn off your background image and see what your shapes look like. Now you can go in later if you didn't draw your shapes exactly where you wanted them. You can move them. You can also readjust your curvature. You have auto snapping functionality for aligning your LRUs. You may also group any LRUs. You can resize if you have to. If you're happy with your design, you can export. You can manage your designs. You may also provide a shareable link for anyone to view this independently.